What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Awesome Nerd Show. Back with another Marvel Legends wave. This time we got the Strong Guy wave. So in this set, first up here we have the X-Men version of Deadpool, and you can see Strong Guy's little head there. So it's cool to get the X-Men version of Deadpool. And then we've also got Black Tom Cassidy and Shiklah, along with Maverick and Sunspot, followed by Warpath and Pirate Deadpool. So pretty cool sets. A lot of like Deadpool characters and stuff related to like X-Force and everything going on here. But overall, pretty cool set. But it comes with the Build-A-Figure Strong Guy, which is what I'm most excited about. So if we look on the back there, you can see that's what he's gonna look like and everything, and I'm excited to get him and put him all together. But this wave looks pretty cool. I always like this with like the shark there and stuff, just pretty fun wave. But again, more Deadpool characters, which I'm like so tired of Deadpool and everything, but I'm excited for all the other characters in this wave and excited to see what they're like. But just Deadpool themselves, I'm just so tired of and everything. But I'm excited to get into this wave, like I said, because I want to check out that Strong Guy and get him built together and stuff to add him to our XFactor set, which I will show you at the end of the video. But I hope you're excited to check out these figures along with me. If you are, be sure to leave a like for me, and let's go ahead and open these and check them out. So we're starting off with Deadpool here in his X-Men outfit. So we all know it's Wade Wilson and how he got his powers through the Weapon X program experimentation. But with him being in this color outfit instead of his normal red and black, he's now in the blue and yellow of the X-Men. This was from a Cable and Deadpool comic number 8, where he briefly joined up with the X-Men when they tried to capture Cable. So that's why he is in this all color outfit, which I actually do like. This is probably one of my favorite versions of Deadpool because then I feel it actually fits with the X-Men compared to just normal Deadpool. So this has always been my favorite version of Deadpool, but it's still another Deadpool. But it looks really good here in all the blue and yellow. So it's mostly blue outfit, all blue spandex, and the same with the mask here. So same Deadpool mask as usual. It just has all blue except for around the eyes it's yellow. And it's cool with actually like the blue and stuff. You can kind of see like his nose indentation and where his lips would be and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But still has the little tail hanging off the back there. He has a yellow collar around his neck, and then he also has this like yellow bandolier, I guess you'd kind of call it. It attached to his belt where he has the Deadpool logo there on it, but he has the X logo right there in the center of it. And we're on the back, he's got 2 sheaths for swords, and then he also has a bunch of pockets and stuff all the way around his belt. On his main blue outfit, he does also have this yellow detail, which I kind of like, just the thin yellow line going all the way around. He's got yellow wristbands on, and then yellow bands around his ankles as well. But for his movement, so his head there can twist all the way around. He can look down and look up, so he's got pretty decent movements there in the neck. His shoulders come up 90 degrees there, and he has the butterfly joint and rotation all the way around. Bicep twist, double elbow joint that comes up only that far, and wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. And then he does have an ab crunch, but unfortunately because of all the straps, it's hard to get him to bend it all, and then twist right around the waist, right under the belt. His hips come up 90 degrees, out to the side about that far. Thigh twist all the way around. He's got a double knee joint that comes up that far. And then he's got a shin twist right at the top of the yellow line there, so it twists all the way around. And then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So overall, he's got really good movement, so that's a really good figure. He comes with some weapon accessories. So first off, he has some swords here, a katana. So he's got 2 swords, and I like how they've switched up the color, so it now has blue handles with the yellow, or like gold, it looks almost in this case. So you can put those in his hands, but we'll go ahead and just stick them down in the sheaths. So those just kind of stick up in the back there, which is cool. And then he also comes with 2 like very futuristic looking guns. So he has this gun, which almost looks like a shotgun almost with the design here. It almost looks like a pump action, but a nice gun, maybe a rifle or something, and then a little pistol as well, so we can take and put these into his hands. So there, Deadpool's all kitted out now. And I have to say, I really enjoy this figure. Like I said, I'm tired of Deadpool's, but for Deadpool being in the X-Men costume, it's one of my favorites. And then he comes with the swords and the guns, so he's got all sorts of weapons that he needs and everything. And then overall, the figure just has a lot of good movements and functions well, so I think it's a pretty good figure overall. And next up here, we've got Black Tom Cassidy, and so his real name is, of course, Thomas Cassidy, and he is the cousin of Sean Cassidy, or as you may know him, Banshee. And Tom Cassidy here doesn't really have a whole lot to him. He's just a criminal that eventually came into contact with Juggernaut while they were in prison together, and the two became friends on the coast, so they kind of always like ran around together. And if you didn't know, Tom Cassidy was in Deadpool 2 movie when they were in prison. He was like a guy that was kind of picking on Deadpool and stuff like that in the prison. I think he had long black hair, so if you've seen that movie, you probably will know him from that. And the only thing special about him with his powers is that he has the ability to generate concussive blasts through wood items. So anything that's wood is what he can do. So kind of weird there, not always the best thing, but still pretty cool, I guess, in my opinion. Especially, I think at one point he almost turns into like a Groot-like character and stuff, into a big tree-like character. So that's pretty cool. And he can do stuff with like plants and everything, which is cool. So for this figure, it looks pretty cool. He's in an all black outfit, has a nice big collar around there, nice black hair, black eyebrows, mustache, and a little like goatee there. Then he has a nice like bat or something on his chest, a nice belt with red gloves and red boots, but not too much details into it, which this is a comic version, but it's still very nice looking overall for him. And so for his movement, so it said there, can twist side to side. He doesn't really get too much movement because of the color. It kind of gets in the way with his goatee and stuff, but as I can look down and look up that far, so pretty nice. Shoulders come up 90 degrees and rotate around. He's got the bicep twist, double elbow joint to there, wrist twist around and flex back and forth. And then we got that crunching forward and back, so not too far forward, unfortunately. Twist right at the waist that goes all the way around. Hips come up 90, out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that bends up only that far. Shin twist right in the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So as you can see, not a whole lot to him. Doesn't have all the best movements, but he's not too bad. And as I mentioned with his powers, he can do the concussive blast through wood. Well, that's why he also carries a shillelagh around with him, which is just a wooden fighting stick. So it's just a long stick and always usually has a ball at the end of it. So in this case, he has like a little skeleton on the end of it, which looks cool. But he carries this around so that way he can use his powers. So let me go and just slide this into his hands. So there we go. So now he's got his shillelagh, so you can actually use some powers now. I think overall has a nice look to it. I like the look of the face and stuff, and then having the shillelagh kind of adds a little bit to him. So overall, it's not too bad, and I think he looks pretty cool. But our next character I think looks really cool, and that is Shiklah, the queen of the undead. And so this is a very cool looking figure. So she's kind of like a vampire style character, and she's a succubus. So as I mentioned, she is the queen of the undead, and Deadpool got brought into her story because he was hired by Dracula to go get Shiklah so she could marry Dracula. But on the way back with her sarcophagus, Deadpool got in a fight with the Minotaur, and the coffin broke open and released her, so she now became, you know, a live entity in the world. And so their journey continued on, and they eventually sort of fell in love with each other. And by the time they arrived back in the United States, they did get married to each other, but it didn't last very long because Deadpool's, you know, not very committed to stuff, so he wasn't giving her enough attention, and she ended up leaving him. So that gives you a little backstory of her that I think is pretty cool. And so there's a look at her face, you know, with all the purple and again on the pink skin. Nice like headband of jewels there, earrings. She got a nice like bat looking design there with a skull in the center of it, holding her hair back there, which looks cool. Nice overall body. You can see the printing there on her body. It looks pretty cool with all the skulls. It's very like Day of the Deadish and stuff. Nice belt and necklace there with the jewels on the cape, and then the black high heel shoes. So just overall, it's a very nice looking figure. It reminds me a lot of like the Selena from the Hellfire Club that we got, but it just looks very nice. I love the pink and purple colors overall with the black, just looks really nice. So for movements though, her head there can twist side to side a little bit. Again, her hair's in the way, so you can kind of get it to go all the way around. Just got to get it out of the way. And then she can look up only about that far because of her hair, but she can look down a little bit. Her shoulders come up to 90 degrees there and can rotate around. She's got the single elbow joint there that bends only to 90 degrees and has the rotation. And her wrist can twist around and flex. She has that crunch right under her chest, so forward and back, and that's where she also twists. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side about that far. Thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that bends up only that far, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. And of course, this is a figure with high heel boots, and it's a female already, so she's got weaker joints, so it's kind of really hard to get this to stand up, unfortunately. And the only other thing she comes with is the shark here of Jeff the land shark. So it's a shark with some feet there that can walk along. And so Jeff here was introduced by Gwenpool, and it was like her little pet and everything, but a whole part of their comic was ending and stuff. She ended up giving Jeff over to Deadpool for Deadpool to take care of in his comic. So very nice looking shark over here. Nice cute little creature and stuff to add with your set. So very nice that they included that in with her. And our next figure here is of Maverick, also known as Christoph Nord. And he was a mercenary and ended up joining the CIA's Weapon X program as a part of their Team X, which is like a covert operations unit. So overall, he looks pretty cool here, but he's not like as amazing as he looks like with his story and stuff. He's just kind of a background character, it seems like. But he looks very cool in this nice suit of armor. So he's got a bunch of gold going on. He's got a nice mask on there, as you can see. So nice mask, got black and some of the gold color, nice gold point up there at the top with the hair flowing, looks like the Gambit hair. And then the gold helmet going around to the back with the tubes going down into like a backpack there. Gold armor up top, silver armor in the middle there. It looks cybernetic armor and stuff. And he's got a nice breather on there, so he's got oxygen supply, bandolier, and strap going down to a belt where he's got a holster and some pockets. Gold armor pieces there with his hands. He's got some brown leather going on in there for pants, and then more of the silver like cybernetic looking pieces, but just all body armor. So for his movements, his head there can twist side to side, and he look down and look up, so it goes really far back as well, which is kind of fun. He'd probably better range if it wasn't for all these tubes in the back. His shoulders come up 90 degrees and can rotate around. He's got bicep twist, double elbow joint that only bends up that far, and then the wrist twist around and flex back and forth. This one's an up and down. Then he's got an ab crunch, but again with the straps you get limited movement, and then he also has the twist right in there. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that bends up only that far. Shin shin twist right there in the middle of the leg, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So overall, I think it's a really badass looking figure, but he is a mercenary, so he does use some weapons here. So we do have 2 little guns here, some like futuristic and weird looking guns and stuff. It looks like you can take one and put it into the holster, so maybe like this one since it's smaller overall, and just kind of slide it down into there to the holster, but then we can take the other one and go ahead and just put it into his hand. So there, Maverick's now ready to come in and kick some mutant butt. And next up we've got Sunspot, also known as Roberto da Costa, and he is the son of a Brazilian millionaire and an American woman, and his powers manifested in a fight during a soccer match, and then he is a founding member of the New Mutants trained by Professor X, and he was in the New Mutants movie. So I like his look overall, just the red and blue with the yellow details, just looks very cool in my opinion, but overall he looks pretty cool. So you can see his like skin and hair and everything is just all black, it's just a part of his powers. I like his nice red mask there going around his eyes that ties around there into the back, nice haircut and everything, but again just all black skin, which looks awesome. He has these black bubbles coming up over his back, and as I said, his all red and blue outfit, which looks cool. Nice yellow collar there around his neck with the X logo on it, but unfortunately it's not in the indentation on the collar. They kind of messed it up with the paint. And then you can see he's got like black gloves or something on there with some yellow bands around him. Again, the red and blue continues all the way down to the feet. Where on the shoes he's got some yellow lines there, which look really cool. Overall, I just think his design just looks really cool. I like the red and blue with the yellow details, just look awesome. So for his movements, his head there can twist side to side. Again, a little bit of issues with the like bubble things here, the collar, and then his headband, so you can only get a little bit of twisting in there, but as I can look down that far and up that far, so pretty good. His shoulders come up 90 degrees and rotate around, bicep twist, double elbow joint, wrist twist around and flex. He's got the ab crunch there, forward and back, twist all the way around at the waist, hips come up 90, out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint that comes up that far, shin twist right at the top of the boot, and the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. And so with his powers, he has solar radiation absorption, thermokinesis, so he can control heat, he has photokinesis, so can control light, and then he shoots off plasma energy blast. So I assume that's what some of his effect here with like the bubbles and stuff going on are his plasma energy, and then it also comes with the like, what I'd say like magic effects and stuff, but they have all the nice black bubbles and stuff, and you can obviously take as usual and stick these onto his hands. So there we go, got Sunspot using his powers there. It looks very cool. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorite figures from the set. I just think it looks very cool overall and very awesome with the powers and the color and mixture and everything. Just looks very awesome overall for Sunspot. So next up here we've got the cool looking figure of Warpath. His real name is James Proudstar, and he's the Native American from the Apache Nation, and he is the brother of Thunderbird, which was also an X-Men, but unfortunately Thunderbird ended up dying in a very early mission with the X-Men, so Warpath here ended up blaming the X-Men and Professor X for his brother's death, so he kind of vowed to kill Professor X, but once they eventually met and had some dealings together, he ended up not minding Professor Xavier and did not kill him. But he later would go on to be a member of X-Force. So overall, he looks very cool and very similar to Sunspot in the red and blue, but just different looking. Obviously, he's Native American, so he has that look going into him, and he's much bigger. So like compared to Sunspot, you can see the height difference there. So he's a very big figure. So you can see he's got the long black hair as usual, and the face, he's got the face mask on, a red headband there that has a feather sticking out of it, a nice bird design there on his chest, which looks cool with the red. Got some shoulder pads there with some tassels, you know, very common with Native Americans. Some gold bands there around his wrist, red belt there with all sorts of pockets, and the red and blue continues down to we got some tassels there on the top of his boots where he's got the all red boots. So overall, just a super cool looking figure. I think this is probably my second favorite of this set. So for his movements, his head there can twist side to side. Again, some of his hair and stuff gets in the way with the padding, so you can get a twist around there, but he can look down and look up. Shoulders come up about 90 there and have the butterfly joint, and the shoulder pads can pop off, so it allows you for better movement and stuff in there. But he's got the bicep twist, the double elbow joint that comes up that far, and then the wrist can twist around and flex. He's got the ab crunch there, so crunch forward and back, twist right at the waist all the way around. Hips come up 90 degrees, out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that comes up that far, and a shin twist right at the top of his boot there, and the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So overall, just a really nice figure and a big hulking figure at that. Now he does come with some accessories, so he has 2 fist hands, but he does come with 2 grip hands here, which is pretty cool, and we'll be putting these on. And then the only other thing that really goes along with him is that he usually comes with vibranium daggers that he uses, so he's got the grip hands for him, but unfortunately he doesn't come with the daggers. It's like, why would they include, especially like the grip hands and stuff, but not come with the daggers? That's like one of the most common things that goes along with Warpath, so why didn't they include him? So we ended up taking these things, I forget what they're from. It's from, I think, from a McFarlane figure, maybe like a Deadshot or something. I'm not 100% sure. But we got these big giant knives here, which look awesome. They have the spikes on them, a big old blade. So we're going to take and see if I can get these into his hands. I don't know if his hands are too big for it, but I think these knives would fit perfectly for him. So they did fit perfectly right into his hands, and so that just looks super cool and badass there for Warpath. Definitely a great addition onto this figure. And then our last figure of this set is the Pirate Deadpool, but it's from a comic, Deadpool number 14 in 2008, where he ended up faking his death and driving his car out into the water to have a life at sea as a pirate. So he got this whole pirate outfit and stuff. So it's Pirate Deadpool here, which overall looks pretty nice. You know, it's another Deadpool, so that's annoying, but it looks pretty decent stuff. So it's got a nice hat on here with the skull and crossbones on it, which looks pretty cool. Nice headband there wrapped around his head, then just the normal Deadpool looking face there with the red and black. Nice ruffle there around his neck, and then a cape that just comes down in the back with all sorts of holes and tatters and everything. And then he's got like a pirate style outfit on here, so nice overcoat, has the DP on it there, and a nice gold designs all the way down the front, and of course open here towards the bottom, which unfortunately this is a harder plastic, so it's hard to get to move, and so it's going to limit a lot of his moving in the leg. But he has a black belt around with some more ruffles and the two like blunderbuss guns there, which look cool. Of course, normal Deadpool designs of the black and red. He's got black glove on there on his left hand and no glove on the other, and then just normal Deadpool down there, just red all the way down to the feet on his legs. So for his move says that there can twist side to side. He can look down and look up a little bit, but he has the thing around his head there, so it kind of gets in the way. He can't really get a whole lot of range of movement. Shoulders come up 90 and rotate around. He's got bicep twist, double elbow joint that comes up that far, and wrist twist around and flex. Tiny bit of an ab crunch, not much in there, and twist as well. Hips come up a little bit. Again, can't really get too much movements in the legs here. It's got thigh twist, double knee joint that can only, you know, can't really get it to bend it all up in there. Shin twist, and the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So of course, him being a pirate, he's got to have all sorts of weapons. So he's got two swords here. He's got one of his normal katanas, and then he has, I think they call it like a cutlass or something, just a nice pirate sword. And he does actually have two things on the back here, so he has one on each side there, so you can just kind of take and slide them into each. There you gotta get his arms out of the way, but just kind of slide them back in there so they're back and out of the way. And then you can kind of have one, he's normal Deadpool, and then he has a nice cutlass. And then he also comes with a flintlock pistol, which is pretty cool as well, so we can go and put this into his hand. So there we go. It's just another fun Deadpool, just Deadpool dressed up as a pirate. So if that's something you're interested in and stuff, you could get it. But overall, I feel it's not necessary. Obviously, he has the piece for Strong Guy, so we need that. But just otherwise, I wouldn't think this is a figure, you know, everyone would have to have. It's just those that are interested in it. But it still has pretty decent movements. It comes with the swords and guns and stuff, so pretty nice and a nice pirate outfit overall. So it's not too bad over here for Pirate Deadpool. But that now means we have all the pieces here to build our Strong Guy, so let me go ahead and put him together. So here I got Strong Guy built, and he looks super cool. This thing is just awesome looking, a very weird proportion. You can see real skinny body and big up top, which is pretty cool. But Strong Guy here is Guido Carosella, and his powers were triggered by a schoolyard incident and being hit by a bus, and his body just kind of transformed into this big muscular body, very disproportionately large and muscled. So that's why he looks like this. And he was eventually recruited into X-Factor, and he picked the name Strong Guy from a joke with a reporter, so that's why he became this, and kind of fits perfectly because he is a big guy, and with those muscles, I'm sure he's really strong. So overall, just looks very cool. He is in the X-Factor outfit, has like a lot of X-Men colors of the yellow and blue, so he's got blue pants, blue midsection, blue arms, blue feet and stuff, but then has the yellow jacket on over top with a big giant X there on his chest, yellow gloves, yellow belt and underwear, and then yellow things there around his legs, and he also has some metal going in there too, so protect some of his shoulders. And then he has a little tiny head with some glasses with red lenses, and a little tiny curly Q there of white hair, which is pretty funny as well on his all bald head. And so for movement, so that there can twist side to side a little bit, and he can look down and look up there. Not a whole lot of range in the neck. His shoulders come up 90 degrees there and can rotate all the way around. He's got the single elbow joint there that comes up to 90 degrees and has the rotation. His wrist twists around, and they should flex, but both wrists are really stiff for some reason. I can't get them to flex at all, so I have to loosen that up. Then we got the ab crunch here, so crunch forward and back, so pretty good movements right here in the waist, and you can twist all the way around and rock side to side. His hip come up there maybe 45 degrees and out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around there, pretty stiff. Double knee joint that only bends up that far, and then the feet rock back and forth and can twist side to side. It's a very nice figure of all. A big giant body, but still doesn't have too many limitations and movements, but he is pretty funny with his tiny lower body and head, but then giant upper body and stuff. Looks very cool overall. And of course, now that we have Strong Guy, we can add him into our X-Factor set here, where we have Havoc, Polaris, Multiple Man, Wolfsbane, and now Strong Guy in there. So it's just very cool to have him to add into our X-Factor set here. just looks super cool. And so there we got a whole entire wave here of the Strong Guy wave. Very cool set overall. I really enjoyed a lot of these figures. I really enjoy the Strong Guy. He's probably, I think, probably overtook Sunspot as the best figure in the set. Just love his look. Very cool set overall. Like I said, the only thing I don't really care too much for in the set is the Pirate Deadpool. That's the only one I could probably just do without. But the rest are all super cool. Very cool set with the X-Men Deadpool, Black Tom Cassidy, Shiklah, Maverick, Sunspot, Warpath, and Strong Guy, of course, in Deadpool. And then don't forget Jeff the Shark there too. So very cool wave overall. But let me know what you thought of this wave down in the comments down below. Did you pick this wave up for the Strong Guy himself? And if you enjoyed this review, please leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. But thank you all for watching. I hope you stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.